Hey Candy Boos, what's going on? It's your favorite candy lady, Miss I Came to give you the review for the Real Housewives of Atlanta, Season 8, Episode 2. Okay, let's get it started. So, pick up with Kenya and Sheree arguing over whose house is worse, whose house is better type of situation. And Kenya, when she said the whole thing, like, I'm gonna be in my house in 3 months while you still gonna be, your bitch ass still gonna be outside in the tent because you can't move in. Then, Sheree was, got a little amped. So Kenya's like, you know what, I'm sorry for calling you bitch ass. That's what she said. And then she leaves off or gets, I don't know if they take her off, like maybe Marlo dragged her off or whatever. But after she leaves, Cynthia's introducing Portia to Sheree. Like, okay, so officially Portia, this is Sheree. Gosh, and Cynthia feels like all her events are cursed because there's always some type of argument or fight or something at one of her events. So then Phaedra goes over to where Kenya is, and she was like, Kenya, I thought you changed this year. And she's like, I didn't start that. Okay, look, I've been seeing reviews from last year from different people, and I'm trying to figure out what you guys think as far as who started, because y'all know after the show last week, Candy was saying she didn't think, that Kenya started it. She did. She definitely started it because she started with the whole, we're neighbors now. I live about 500 feet away from you. And, the neighbors been asking me about your place, like complaining about it. Why would the neighbors be complaining to you about her place? And then why did you mention that in front of mixed company? Like, this is your first time meeting her. You think that's the first thing you should say to her? Like, yeah, you're picking a fight. You're picking a fight, child. Yeah. I went out for you too. Like, don't worry about my property. I paid for mine. I own this area, okay? Don't worry about what I'm doing. It's getting built. It might take me 5 or 10 years, but it's getting built. Don't worry about it. I would have did the same thing. So I understood where Sheree was coming from. And I understand how people, even Phaedra has said, I thought you changed. Like, why you go over there messing with that girl like that? And then Kenya's in her confessional shade, and Phaedra like, Phaedra, don't worry about me, Phaedra. Why don't you worry about, changing the locks to your house since Apollo ain't coming back no more? And it's like, really? See, I don't like that girl. Y'all, I don't like her. Every season, she done got to the second episode, I don't like her. Like, I don't like her. Don't like her. You know what? Even though Phaedra's husband is in jail, where yours at, Kenya? You've been on the show for what, 4 or 5 seasons now, and you still ain't got a man. I'm just saying, you shading people. Your raggedy ass house over here does not look good. It looks like something that's haunted. You shading Sheree's house, who looks like it's actually coming together. It took a while, but it's coming together, and maybe, it took so long because she wanted the way she wanted it. And it looks like it's going to be nice from the outside versus yours. You know what I'm saying? And then you complain, you shading Phaedra. And, the confessional, y'all know I like Phaedra, so I'll be a little sensitive when they talk about Phaedra. I think I'm biased. However, you shading this woman whose husband's in jail when she's dealing with all this situation, whatever, when you ain't had a man. You on the Housewives and you ain't even had a real boyfriend. Can you get a real boyfriend that's not rented? That's not, alleged, that we ain't never seen, or that you claiming that he claiming somebody else. Like, where is your man, Kenya? Can you get one before you shade somebody else's? Guess not. Okay, so then, Cynthia touches base with Peter, and he updates her, let her know that him and Kenya kind of got into it. He ain't like the way she came at him. He was mad, and he was all turned. And then he was telling Cynthia he ain't like her interest. That was a little much type of thing. And she was like, oh my God, so I can't just be sex. I can't. He just walk off. And it's like, oh, Peter, you mad? Okay, so she can't walk out in her bathing suit and show the world that she's, 50 and fabulous. If she 50, don't shoot the messenger up. I think she about 50. But she fabulous, though. She look better than me and she 50, you know what I'm saying? So she can't show the world that she 50 and fabulous. But you can go out and grab on some girl's face and neck and hand go down her breast areas. Oh, okay. But she can't fling around and sashay in her bathing suit. Oh, okay, Peter, you mad. Be mad, okay? So then, next day, Kenya meets with Kim Fields. Kim Fields is working on a pilot for, I guess, something that she's trying to direct. And Kenya meets up with her, and they're talking. This all cute, this chit chat. It's good enough. But Kim Fields, y'all, let me let y'all know who Kim Fields is. For the older generations, Kim Fields was Tootie on Facts of Life, and that wasn't my generation. For me and my generation, she was Regine Hunter on We Are Living Single. If y'all ain't never seen that, y'all walk away right now. I just can't even. I can't. So that's who Kim Fields is, and she is now a part of the cast on Housewives of Atlanta. Now, did y'all notice this on this week's show, on the intro, she got a peach. Kim was like, hey, whatever her little intro word was, they had a peach. And I said, oh, look, she actually got a peach. Okay, that's good, because she didn't have a peach last week. So, and I was like, dang, it looked like it ain't that many people. So that was cool, though. Kim got her a peach. So then Kenya's talking, about her pilot and saying that she wants Kim to direct her pilot. And she's like, well, I thought you was a director. And she was like, yeah, but I just can't do it. I mean, I can, but it won't be as good. So she wants Kim to come on board, probably to try to get some of Kim's connect. She said she's been shopping this pilot, and she got, some people interested, but it's not the right deal, I guess, that she wants. But Kim doesn't seem all that too interested. She's like, oh, just say, no, girl, don't get involved with Kenya. Don't do it. Not saying, you can't be friends with her, but you might not want to do business with her. Like, just, I wouldn't do it. So then, you can see, then Kenya's like, hey, so where do you go? I don't ever see you out and about. And she's like, girl, I'm focused on being a mom and a wife, which I like, because it's showing somebody that's really, not necessarily a housewife, she career, but she is a housewife in the sense where she focused on her husband and her kids. So then she's like, what are you drinking? She was like, not really. I don't drink like that. Maybe some Kahlua, like this much, and a lot of milk or something. But they was talking, and then Kenya gives her DVD. She's like, okay, I'll check it out. So then she leaves. So then we get to Cynthia, and she's reminiscing and just recapping in her brain and talking to her partner on Skype about the event that happened. And she said that when she got back home from the event, Peter was already gone to Charlotte. So he didn't even come home and say, all right, baby, good night. It was a nice event. Apologize. He left on the bed, though. They argued. He walked off. He left. Not that good. So she kind of breaks down to her partner, like, I'm trying to put on this face. I'm trying to work, but at home is bad. I'm not making fun of her. I'm just saying what she's doing. And it is a lot. Like, I have definitely been in a situation where I got to put on this front, this facade professionally and be Miss Eye Candy and host events and do radio shows and do that kind of stuff. But then at home, my home life is a little jacked up and is weighing on me, and I'm not happy, but I got to put on this happy face with him around, So it's been like that, you know what I mean? And when you got stuff like that weighing on you, it really stresses you out. It can get to you really bad, and it's better to eventually talk it out and work it out. And, but I also don't like putting my business out there. Like, I'm not about to let people see I have problems at home either, you know what I'm saying? So kudos to her for being on TV, because ain't no way I would be doing it. Like, the world couldn't know my problems. So then we get to Portia. She's at a business meeting. Her hairline is doing good, and she wants to start this lingerie line. And they all for it. They helping her, talking about the brand. And she's like, but, I got my new boo, whatever. I'm trying to do this. And they like, you don't need no boo right now. We need a boo. We need you focused and, getting this money, getting this bread, getting this brand together, and not on some boo, But she's just, oh, Duke's so good. He's so everything. And they like, girl, bye. Get away from Duke. So she's like, I need to have a sip and see, so everybody can meet my new man and they can understand why I love him and I like him so much. But they're not feeling it. But she going to have a sip and see to introduce her boo of a month to her family, friends, and business associates. 1 month. A sip and see for your new man. That's a new one, y'all. I ain't never heard of that. Like, I'm dating a new dude. I'm like, how y'all come over for a sip and see? I can sip some wine and see my man. See, I don't want no heifers to see my man anyway. So I'm a different breed. Yeah, you can see him from a distance. I'm not about to have no party so a whole bunch of single brides can sit and sip and see my man. Nah, I ain't about to do that. That's not my style. So then, Phaedra and Cynthia meet up for some real tea. Like, to go drink some tea. And Phaedra is talking to Cynthia like, girl, your event was crazy, wasn't it, girl? She was like, I know. They're talking about the event. And then Phaedra said in her confessionals how, honestly, me and Cynthia never were the best of friends, but I thought we were cool until last year when she was throwing that chocolate shade, you know what I'm saying? But I'm a Christian. As a Christian, a good, wholesome Christian, I'm going to forgive her. Okay, Phaedra, that's what's up. All right, better than me, girl, because I hold grudges. So, they talking about the event, and Cynthia talks about how Peter didn't like Cynthia's interest when she did the interest kind of for him. And like, oh, okay, I was just trying to, spice up the marriage. I ain't mad at you. So then, she mentions how Mal mentioned that she wasn't attracted to his body naked or whatever, and she was like, who mentions that? Cynthia was like, I'm not going to comment on that. You know what I'm saying? If we work out, we work out. If we don't, we don't. And then Phaedra was like, well, I understand what you're going through because I've been through this on the show. And I felt like, last year, everybody was attacking me at the worst time possible when I'm going through the most or whatever. And Cynthia's like, yes, and I apologize. I know I definitely understand my part in that, and I have apologized, and I do apologize. And Phaedra was like, you know what? I'm letting it go, and you know what I'm saying, I'm here for you if you call me, you know what I mean, I'll talk to you, I got your back or whatever. In her confessional, she was like, I definitely am working on forgiving, Cynthia. I forgive her. She said, I forgive Cynthia. I won't forget what Cynthia and Candy had done to me, though. And I was like, dang, what you want to say to Candy? I mean, except for Candy not necessarily being there. I get it, but you just shouldn't have said Candy's name at that point because this was about Cynthia. So Candy's at Tag, and Sheree comes, and she got her daughters with her. Now, remember, one of her daughters was already grown when she was on her last time, and one was a little bitty baby. Now she a teenager too. Riley grown, and Sheree's child grown. These kids are just growing up so fast. But they looking for school clothes and work clothes and stuff. And Sheree and Candy, they chit chat. They talk about the event. She's like, "Is Kenya really like that?" And Candy's like, she do rub people the wrong way. She never tried me like that, but I do know she rubbed people the wrong way. So then Sheree's like, how are you and Phaedra? And she was like, I mean, honestly, we act like we all right, but it's really not that good because I was upset when last year she was best friends with Nene and talking about me to Nene. I ain't like that. She's still mad about the situation. Girl, you just not want her to be friends with Nene. Okay, so then we go back to Kim Fields. So Regine Hunter. She's at home being mommy with the baby. Her husband and her oldest come in, and she talking to them for a second, kissing on her husband, talking about they've been married for 8 years, and she love her husband, and she's not really into the party scene for the celebs. She'll be on the red carpet if she's in the film or if she's on the show, but other than that, she don't really do that scene. And then she has Kim.com coming out. And it's maternity wear on there, household goods and stuff, and coffees and teas, which is nice. I would actually check out the website. I'm probably going to look for it, see if it's launched now when I finish doing this review, just to see, because it sounds like it's something I would actually check out. So then she has a family friend come. He's a cameraman and a family friend come to film her because she's doing an introduction for her website that she's launching. And while she's trying to do her introduction, she had kids or whatever, and she keep getting distracted, had to do it over and over and over again. But she gets it done. As we see her filming, her nails are all chipped up. My nails are chipped too, but her nails are all chipped up. And I was like, oh my gosh, she's so regular. I love her. She's normal. And I like it. I really like this edition. For now, I definitely feel like Kim Fields is too classy for this show. I hope this show don't turn her into something I don't want to see. You know how sometimes you like somebody, and I've been watching her since I was little, like 8, watching her living single. And I don't want her to be somebody that I don't like watching Kelly Price, and you're thinking, oh, I love Kelly Price, and you see her attitude, you're like, oh, I don't like Kelly Price. I hope that it doesn't happen with Kim, you know what I'm saying? So, she talks about how, her youngest is her miracle baby because her and her husband had their oldest, and then they had 2 miscarriages, and they didn't think they could have another one, and they ended up having another one. So, it was a good story. I really like it. It was balanced. It was nice story, and it's something that I can personally relate to as far as all the girls on the show. Like, she's really a mom, you know what I mean? And she's really got kids. Like, I've been filming for stuff, and doing photo shoots or whatever, with the crew. And my kid, I hear her running around, like, you know what I mean, in the other room or something. Or all of us, for Chick Chat, have our kids, and we put them in the other room, we hear them, and we're like, hey, type of stuff. Or doing the radio shows late night, and my daughter was a baby, and crying. You know, like I'm a mom, and you be trying to work and build your career and take care of your kid and take care of your man, and you know, so I definitely understand what, you know, that part, that scene, and that person, because she's not really a character, you know, but I get it. So I like seeing that. We go to Candy, Todd, and the crew, and they having some type of little meeting at the candy factory, I guess, and she lets the crew know that she's supposed to be kind of easing away from working too hard with her pregnancy and stuff. And Don Juan looking like, really? I ain't nothing about this. What about Candy Coated Nights? And what about this music video you got? And Candy like, yeah, in the restaurant. And like, restaurant? Yeah, I want to have like a soul food, southern style family restaurant I'm trying to open. Girl, sit your pregnant butt down somewhere. You are not a spring chicken. Didn't I say this last week? You are not a baby. You like 40 something. Sit down. You so old to be doing this. You risking the baby's health, child. You risking the baby. Sat down, Candy. Sat down. So she like, yeah, basically Ty gonna have to be running this, you know, getting this restaurant up together, because by the time we get the deed and stuff, I'm about to pop. So, yep, that's right. Put Ty to work. So then Don Juan mentions the baby shower. So we gotta start planning this baby shower. And she's like, oh yeah. And Ty was like, yeah, okay, so about this baby shower, who's all invited? Is Phaedra gonna be invited? And she's like, yeah, she's gonna be invited. He's like, oh, make sure you ask her about my money when she come. And then she's like, oh, I'm not doing it. He's like, look, I'm just saying, because I wouldn't invite somebody that owes you money. I don't think she should come. But I ain't going to put that pressure on you. But then you just put that pressure on her by even mentioning it, dude. Like, oh my gosh. Like, I get the whole money thing. I want my money too. Like, don't play with me and my money. However, I don't feel like it's really about money. I feel like it's because he friends with Apollo and he being petty because she and Apollo going through their issues. But your friend was a dirtball, dude. Like, you can't be defending bull crap. My aunt told me this. God don't bless no mess. Okay? So stop trying to defend the mess of Apollo. Like, Apollo was stealing money. He is in jail. He was wasting money on strippers, which he said he was flirting with her enemy, her arch nemesis enemy, the worst one, in her face on TV, like sniggling and giggling and crapping. Really, Todd? I'm going to need you to sit down. If it's about your money, get your money and sit down, because I feel like it is more than the money. I feel like you're being petty because you're Apollo's friend. Stay out of married folks' business. You wouldn't want Phaedra, or you didn't want Mama Joyce or any of her friends jumping in your marriage, so stay out her marriage. Period. Like, okay, so then we get to Portia. She talking to her family and stuff and getting ready for this, you know, sipping and see for her man. Her sister gets sick, and she let them know she's pregnant. I'm expecting Portia a little salty because she the older sister, and if anybody was gonna have a baby first, she thought it would have been her. But it's not. Sorry, Lauren's pregnant. Okay, so Lauren's pregnant and Candy's pregnant. All right, so then she showed us, you know, her customized shirt with his number on it and the name Williams in the back. So I guess his last name is Williams too. Make sure y'all ain't cousins. Don't want no kissing cousins, girl. So then all Portia's people come. The girls show up and stuff. She got cheerleaders there and everything. So he gets there. Duke gets there. And like, surprise! And it's just so strange. Y'all, it's so strange. She threw a surprise going away sipping sea party for her man so her family could see him. And he was going away somewhere. And he seemed like he didn't like it. He was talking to his friend. Well, he was talking to her mom and stuff and talking, you know, everybody was talking amongst himself. But when he was talking to his friend in a little corner, he was like, I didn't expect this. His friend was like, yeah, but you got to stay. You can't leave. You got to stay. You got to stay. Why he telling me he had to stay? But you going to leave, dude? Okay, so then Candy and them were talking to Portia's friends, and they's up here talking to, I guess, friends and business, you know, her crew, and they're talking about how they don't think that this is good and he too young for what she's looking for. And the dude was like, you know, he be with porn stars. And Candy's like, porn stars? She's like, yeah, just Google him. She said, well, when you Google him, it say he been with transgenders. And it's like, oh my gosh, y'all just shading the mess. Portia, come get your friends. Why are friends and family spilling tea and stuff? Yeah. Psst, psst. So then Portia presents Duke with a trophy man award, and she says he's the real MVP. Okay. You're gonna scare this baby off, honey. He's only 24. You're gonna run him away. Okay, so then we get to Candy at the candy factory with Phaedra. And Candy, they talking, and Candy doesn't feel like, the whole, hey, how you doing, girl, is genuine. She wants to, them to have this talk so they can get back to where they used to be type of thing. So she mentions how she doesn't like what happened in the past, like as far as her talking to Nene about Candy. Candy didn't like that. Don't talk to Nene about me. I don't like Nene. Why are you talking to her about me, basically? So then she felt that Phaedra wasn't honest when she reached out to her, because Candy said, when I reach out to you, you would say you cool. So I didn't know you was having an issue because I asked you and you say you was okay. She said, I'm normally the one that reaches out to you anyway. If I invite, if we go out or you come over in my house, I'm the one that's inviting you. You don't really invite me, which is odd because it seemed like Phaedra would be inviting Candy over because she liked the host and have people come over for some tea and crumpets all the time. So I don't understand why she didn't invite her. But yeah, she had Phaedra in her wedding, all that kind of stuff. So she kept the relationship going, the friendship going. So she feels like it was her that was, leading it. But y'all know how Candy is. Candy don't see no wrong in nothing she do. She do a lot of wrong stuff, but she'll never see wrong in what she do. I'm not saying that she's wrong for the way she feels about Phaedra, because I feel like they both, was wrong. And they both should talk to each other as friends. You got to talk to your friends. I feel like Candy could have been a little bit more there for her friend, especially with what she was going through, because she was going through some stuff. However, Phaedra should have just talked to her, not Nene, not Portia. Even if Nene and Portia was asking, she should have been like, oh, we fine, and talk to Candy. So I do feel what Candy is saying. However, Candy, you was wrong too when you make it seem like you can't recall you being wrong. You ain't never wrong. When you sat there and you lied, or when you laughed when Mama Joyce was saying Todd's mama was a hoe and his daddy was a pimp, and then he asked you about that. You said she ain't said that. You lied. You done some wrong stuff, girl. You're wrong. Wrong is wrong. That prenup initially was jacked up, girl. Some of that stuff was like, I think you should have had a prenup. I agree with that. But just some of the terms was a little harsh, so you're not perfect. And you need to just own up to your part too. So Phaedra said she didn't like when a stranger told her that Candy's was holding Apollo's stuff. And she's like, I got this and that. Okay, but if you my friend and my husband is done some dirt to me and he in jail and stuff, why you holding his stuff? And I don't even know about it. We supposed to be friends. I feel her on that. I shouldn't find out from a stranger that you got his bikes and stuff and you holding it for him. But you ain't really doing it, your husband doing it. But as friends, because me and you were friends before them two were friends, you should have been talking to me. Girl code. I get it. So then Candy says, well, instead of talking to others, talk to me. And Phaedra doesn't like how, they had the comments about, you should let the kids go to prison to see their daddy, and honestly, a lot of people feel that way. I kind of understand where she's coming from. I think that 8-9 years in prison is a long time for them not to see their dad. But I do get where she's coming from, like as far as not wanting them to go to that environment. But it's just to each their own. Them not my kids. That's not my life, my situation. So I can't tell one person what they should do with their kids. That's her kids. That's her decision. If she don't want her kids to be in prison, she'll want her kids to be in prison. How can I argue with that? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's her children. Don't come over to my house telling me how to raise mine. I ain't gonna tell you what to do with yours. You know what I'm saying? That's how I feel. So they was just going back and forth, and she did mention how, I feel like, Todd is kind of attacking me and he got something to do with it. And Kenny's like, no, you owe him money. She's like, I gave him $25,000 to $30,000. And she was like, but you owe him $8,000. No, I owe him $5,000. And the project is not going on. She said, well, that's your fault. That's on you. You still need to pay him his money. So Candy just said, Phaedra's like, I just considered you a friend. And you know what I'm saying? I just wanted you to reach out to me more when I was going through that. Candy's like, well, that's when they get emotional. Candy's like, well, I feel like you should have communicated with me, basically. And talk to me about it. And Phaedra's like, I can't change how I felt. She said, don't change how you feel, just for future references. Talk to me. Don't talk to others, which is cool. Then they ended with Phaedra saying, look, you pregnant, and I want you to have a good pregnancy. You can't be emotional and sad because the baby will feel that. So let's hug it out. And it seems like they gonna start to be on a good note. But then Don Juan ass come in after Phaedra left. Don Juan come in and he like, is the World War III over? She's like, yeah, it's fine. And he's like, he said, y'all cried. Well, she cried too. It wasn't genuine. And I understand what compassion she wanted from you. Like, you know, you got to lie to the world. Don't stop because she married a criminal that she knew was a criminal. I mean, you was dealing with your mamas. You was dealing with your husband. You was dealing with your mother-in-law passing away. You know what I mean? Does she even know about your pregnancy? And she's like, well, no, because we don't talk. Exactly. She don't know. She know nothing. And I don't think what she did was genuine. I don't think her crying right here was genuine. I'm like, Don Juan, get you some business. Get some business. Why is he even? Go do some work. Don't play in my baby shower. Like, I don't understand why he even came in there yapping at the mouth. Shut it up. See, that's the issue I got with Candy. She hired too many of her friends because then they got too much opinions and stuff. Like, you know what? This ain't even got to do with you, bruh. You supposed to be working. Like, go do some work. All of that. Like, he was just, I was like, okay, like, regardless, I'm pregnant. I want to hear the stuff, okay? Like, seriously, sit down, okay? So, y'all, that was that. Like, comment, subscribe, share with a friend. What did y'all think about it? Did y'all like it? Did you love it? I have not watched Love and Hip Hop. I'm going to try to watch it tonight and take notes and then do the review in the morning. So, talk to y'all later. Deuces.